All right. Why don't we go ahead, Cadet McGee, and rock and roll.
Take attendance first, sir.
Yep, roll smack.
Flight. Hudson, Hud. Element 1, report. All present and accounted for, sir. Element 2, report.
All present and accounted for, sir.
Pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Element 1, flight.
Oh, yes, we do that. I do that. We're smart. Smart.
I do say that.
Outstanding, sir.
When your boots, everything is good. You've earned 100% today.
Thank you, sir.
I do say that.
Outstanding, sir. Outstanding, sir.
Just trying to set this, I'm going to project this on the overhead so you see it, everybody can see it. And I want you to show out the awards there.
That's good.
See that?
I do say that.
Outstanding, sir.
Special, no, right?
Everything is good.
Right now, we're recording, but we don't have any audio. Set this up right here.
Thank you, sir.
And if there's anything you'd like to call up on the internet, I can do that. And just start talking about where you're from, or we're just looking for you to talk about some of your background.
I do say that.
Outstanding, sir.
Listen to their comments.
Everything's
Get their
good. You
advice.
just accept.
If you did not get when you were a kid, you need to give them advice and speak from the heart. And they will appreciate that also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Other than that, everything's good. You're 100% good. Thanks, sir. Call out. Element 2, Hudson, Hud. Solid. How do you need to do that?
Outstanding, sir.
Professional wear?
Yes, sir.
Alright, everything's pretty good. You've earned 100% today.
Thank you, sir.
I need to look at it.
Outstanding, sir.
Wear your t-shirt today. Everything looks good. You've earned 100% today.
Thank you, sir.
I do stay today.
Outstanding, sir.
Everything's good. Professional wear. You've earned 100% today.
Thank you, sir.
I did stay today.
Outstanding.
Where's your uniform? Where's your uniform? Tomorrow you'll have the opportunity to make up 75% of the credit.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't stay today.
Outstanding, sir.
What do you need uniform?
I'm wearing a black shirt. Just like that.
I'm in the first year. So tomorrow you have the opportunity to make up 75% of credit. I didn't stay today.
Outstanding, sir.
Wearing your t-shirt, everything looks pretty good. You've earned 100% today.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't stay today.
Outstanding, sir.
So I understand you haven't received your dues yet? Yes, sir. You're giving the t-shirt. Everyone's good. You're very
Name, how come you don't have your blues?
I have been unable to pick it up yet, sir. I have to leave early before school.
You get zeros from here on out, because it's sitting there.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
So for today,
You need to be one of my leaders, you need to be beautiful.
Yes, sir.
so today we'll leave it to 0.
No, we'll give him 100 a day, but I'm telling you, no excuse, that's not acceptable.
Thank you, sir.
When leaders fall out to inspect your flight command and vice versa. Fall out.
Sir, I have one more shoes. I'm sure they go for next.
And
Okay? How are you doing, great?
Outstanding, man.
Congratulations to everybody.
Good man.
Okay, guys, announcements this week. We actually have community service opportunities available this weekend with the Senior Olympics here at Preston High School on Saturday, 10 to 12. So please come to that if you want to. Yes, yes, sir.
What is the Senior Olympics, sir, if you would mind explaining?
Olympics, running, shot put, discus,
Yes,
Senior Olympics. Okay. Yes, sir.
Do we just come if we want to? Or
Yes, you come if you want to. It's community service, volunteering. Yes. That makes sense? Has everybody here done the 5 physical fitness test?
Yes,
sir.
Positively. You have not? We need it Monday, by Monday. So go do it yourself, record it, we need a number. And then Cadet McGee, you need to get everybody set up as far as first, second, third, fourth year best scores, and then submit that to your operations officer so he can have it for the entire cadet
Yes, sir.
corps, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds great. Guys, this second quarter is focused around the Navy and trying to give you a military exposure to other armed forces than just the Air Force. Last quarter, we went through some history of the Air Force, went through Chuck Yeager, some background, some famous people. We talked about the actual some aerodynamics, World War I, and then actually now we're going into World War II and other armed forces like the Navy, third quarters of the Army, fourth quarters being Marine Corps and Coast Guard. I'm very blessed here today to have Mr. Ben Allen, who I met here in the local area. He actually has an unusual experience in that very few people in the world have been in the United States Navy and Air Force and Army. Going back to 1945, so World War II to Korea, and then past that he ended up settling here in Arizona. And the rest of the story is he is actually a Badger. He graduated from Preston High School. And probably, I'd be willing to bet, you know some of the names on our Veterans Memorial there in the foyer of Badgers that went to war and did not come back. That probably made the ultimate sacrifice. So it's very much an honor to have Mr. Allen here. If I give a round of applause. that. I can also, display this when you get to that portion of your talk, okay?
I don't want you to hurt your camera.
No, there's no problem with me doing this. You can have a colonel who will be your camera expert, okay?
I did attend the high school there down on the creek, the old one, which is now the middle school. And that's where I graduated in 1945. But before that, I was 17 in April of 1945. My older brother was in the Pacific on a gun crew, and I thought it was my turn while we were still on. So I took my dad by the hand and led him down to the old post office on the south side of the plaza and enlisted in the Navy. At 17, you couldn't enlist anywhere. You had to have a good guardian or a parent sign you in. And I went off to the Navy, San Diego, boot camp, and in August the war was over and they kept me for a few months after that. Then they sent me home. But I had some GI Bill coming. So when I got back, I always wanted to fly. And I went out here to the airport in Prescott, and they had a flying school out there. And in those days, under the GI Bill, you could learn to fly. So I went ahead and took a license and acquired a private pilot license.
Really? So what year was that?
46.
That is really neat. So you were in the Navy during World War II for how long?
About 8 months.
And that still allowed you to get a
Yes.
GI Bill.
Yes.
That's pretty neat. It's a little different than now, but
They can't do it now. They won't allow flight training anymore.
that's really special. You came back to was Prescott Airport still named Ernest Love Field?
Oh, yes.
Because he was a Badger also, and I graduated during World War I. You make it.
I need to mention the fact that I played football for Prescott in 1944. We were all-stars, all-Northern champions. And we only lost one game that year. That was to Glendale. They were the #1 team in the state the previous year, and they were too much for us in our first game. But after that, we won them all up here, and we were all-Northern champs.
Actually, we need to brag about him. He is on the Prescott Athletic Hall of Fame, right down here in our dome. His 1944 football team is on there. His actual picture is there on the Prescott Hall of Fame from.
I'm that big ugly guy in the back row.
And that is, that's pretty neat. That's a neat work.
As you were saying, sir, your pilot's license? You got your pilot's license?
Yes, I still have it, although it's something that never runs out, but you need to get periodic physicals. And if you're going to go out and run an airplane, the people who own it are certainly going to check you out to see the current.
Yes, sir.
And I haven't been current for a long time.
I tell you, do you still have the original one you had in 1945?
My original one was stolen from me in a license. There's the one dated 53.
53. What's it? Here, look. You know what? These students probably have not seen something like this. Let me.
And not a 50-year-old pilot's license?
Like a 60. A 60-year-old pilot license. Let's see if we can get that up on the screen here. And again, it's good for them to just see that. Let's see if that will work.
Something I really enjoyed doing in those days was flying. And you'll see my wings over here. When I finally got into the Air Force, got on flight status as a crew member. I'll tell you about that when I get to it.
That's 1953, airplane single engine land, right there. I love it. That is really, really neat. Do you want me to show this to them here, watch?
If you like.
All right. Actually, I don't know how to do that without. Maybe I'll turn this off. Does that help a little bit? Let's see. So these were the first, you ended up getting, these are,
Which crew member wings,
right?
552nd AEWC wing at McClellan Air Force Base.
All righty.
I was with them about 3,000 hours.
Cool.
And I got into belly food flying out there. But I enjoyed it. You see these little airplanes here, that's the airplane I flew on. It's a Super Connie with, it had a radar bubble on the top and on the bottom. And we would fly out from the west coast, 100 miles out to sea, set up a racetrack pattern back and forth. And you'd sit there doing that for about 10 hours. Then when you got low on fuel, you come back and recover at McClellan.
All right, so then after you were out of the Air Force and you started learning how to fly,
Out of the Navy.
out of the Navy, excuse me, and then came back here to learn how to fly, and then what happened?
Well, I finally finished high school and I needed to get some college.